Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kiki and today's video is going to be a May wrap-up video. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Let's just get straight into it. In May, I read 11 books. This is pretty average for me. I can go anywhere between 8 to 15. May was a pretty busy month, but I'm stoked that I still managed to read 11 books. I have 3 5-star reads. My first 5-star book of the month of May was Ugly Love. This was a reread. I do count my rereads into my yearly goal because at the end of the day, I'm still reading a whole book. Doesn't matter if I've read it before or not. I did reread this so I can annotate it. I love Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. This book is one of my babies. It was actually my first Colleen Hoover book that I read. And I just love Miles and Tate so much. I know this is a hit and miss for everyone, but it's just one of my favorites. My next 5-star read that I had in May was Indigo Ridge. To be quite honest, I had absolutely no intentions at all to ever read this book. It never really jumped out at me. It never really called to me. I had a few Bookstagram friends put up on their stories that they were going to buddy read it, and I figured, why not jump in and buddy read this book with them? It's the only way I'll probably pick it up. And I'm telling you now, it is my favorite read of 2023 so far. I loved Indigo Ridge so much. Small town romance, mystery thriller added into it. It was absolutely amazing. My next 5-star read in May was Juniper Hill by Devney as well. I read this one straight after Indigo Ridge. I just love her writing so much. I don't know what it is. She has this way of really bringing you into the story to the point where I swear I could smell the trees around me. That's how good she is at writing her stories. It felt like I was in Quincy, Montana with her. With the Edens family, I just loved it so much. In May, I had one 4.5-star read, and that was Then She Was Gone. This is a thriller book. I like to read a thriller book every now and then to break it up. It's kind of like a palate cleanser for me because I do read so much romance and so much fantasy books. This shocked me. I'm still quite new to the thriller genre and I've read a few. They all sit around that 3-star to 4-star mark. This was a 4.5 for me. This book was heavy. It had me absolutely hooked. I'm pretty sure I read it in a day. I highly recommend if you have not read this book yet. In May, I had 3 4-star reads. My first 4-star read was Jasper Vale. This is book 4. The Edens series. I know I've just talked about book 1 and book 2. I did read book 3, but she's down on the star rating. So Jasper Vale comes before Garnet Flats in my star rating. Jasper Vale got 4 stars. I did really love this book. It just didn't have that extra something that Juniper Hill and Indigo Ridge had. My second 4-star read for May was Sinbin. This is a hockey romance. We all know how much I absolutely love my hockey romances. The only reason why this book got 4 stars and not 5 stars is because it has a trope in here that I despise. I do not like this trope at all. It has the surprise pregnancy trope. I won't lie, it did work with the story. Like, it made sense, the story rounded it out. It did work, but for me, it doesn't matter how much a surprise pregnancy trope works in a book, I just don't like it. I don't know if that's just from personal experiences because infertility is a big thing in my real life. I do have to admit, it is, minus the pregnancy trope, it is actually one of my favourite hockey romances I have read, so I do still highly recommend this one. My third 4-star read for May, Den of Vipers. This baby, I have a review for this one on my Bookstagram page if you want to go check it out. It's terribly written, friends. It is a terrible book in the sense of how it is written, the lack of plot. It's very big for what it is, but oh my god, it is so entertaining. I Loved it in the sense that, like, the characters were entertaining. They were crazy as hell. Their life is crazy as hell. It is a dark romance, so please check trigger warnings. This got 4 stars purely because it was so entertaining, and I questioned my sanity at the end of it because I really fell in love with Diesel, who is one of the male main characters. This is a RH/Y choose book. If that's not your thing, that's okay. If it is your thing, and if you do love a dark romance, I do recommend this. Just be warned, it is terribly written and it is such a bad book, but it is so entertaining at the same time that you'll just love it. I have 2 3.5 star reads in May. The first one is Garnet Flats. This is the 3rd book in the Eden series. I know I have spoken about book 1, book 2, and book 4. Book 3 actually fell more flat for me than book 4. It is a miscommunication book, and along with the surprise pregnancy trope, this is my second trope that I just do not like at all. I did love the book in some parts. I loved the characters in this book. I love being in Quincy and all that, but the book was very much full of miscommunication. If we just cut out all that miscommunication, there wouldn't have been really a story there. Next 3.5 star book, and I'm very sorry, I do have a review for this on my page if you want to go and watch it. Fourth Wing, I know this has been on the hype train all of May. It's still getting hype now. It's still trending. It fell flat for me. Just go watch my review and I tell you everything that I disliked in this book. It didn't give me a book hangover. It didn't live rent-free in my head at all. So this one got 3.5 stars. The last book I read in May, and this book comes in with a 2 star, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Again, this book got a lot of hype in May. It was kind of trending. I do have a review for it on my page here as well. I didn't like it at all. It didn't make sense or anything like that. So that book, unfortunately for me, just didn't work for me. And that's okay. We don't have to love all the books, do we? So that is my May wrap up. Very quickly, I read 5 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 books in my physical copies here, and then I read 6 on Kindle Unlimited. I had some great reads, I had some okay reads, I had some good reads, and I had some disappointing reads. For June, I'm just going in and reading what I feel like when I feel like it, and we'll see what happens at the end of the month. May was a great month for me though. I love the books that I read, and even the ones that I didn't love, I still am glad I read them. If you like this video, friends, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.